Hello, welcome to Makers Monday. Today we are going to be talking about time-saving tips. This is all lead up into this week's blog is going to be how I stay on top of tasks, but I thought I'd give you the verbal rundown here on Makers Monday. So yeah, I got some really great suggestions from the audience, and I also have some tips and tricks to share with you from myself. So I used to be like plow through tasks kind of person, just like go, 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 go. Blah! Not only is this like not good for like your health to like not take breaks and definitely not drinking enough water or whatever, but with kids also, this is not possible anymore. So making sure that I am like being efficient in my use of time so that I can do the things that I need and want to do, in addition to getting the tasks of my business done, is really important to me. So, yeah, time, I mean, we all know we're all busy, right? Time is fleeting. Let's make the most of it. So one of my big ones that I have shared about before is time blocking. And this is when you take chunks and so like I know we have a nanny 3 times a week for 4 hours, and I know that is going to be my undivided time. It is my time for my business. It is my husband's time for our business. So we schedule our staff meetings with our assistant. We, that's when we're getting the bulk of our work done is in those 4 hours. Like if I need to film things, that's a really great time because I know that I am not going to be interrupted or mommy. So time blocking is a really great thing to do, is saying like, this is when I'm going to be painting. Especially with painting, like I feel like you can't just be like, I'm just gonna pit around here, especially if you have like tools and supplies out. Okay, you get the idea. If you want to learn more about time blocking, you can check out my earlier episode about time blocking. So knowing what I need to get done ahead of time instead of taking the time to figure it out when I sit down at my desk is really helpful. So a lot of times at the end of the day or at the end of my work day, I will write down like the things that I have to get done the next day. So I've talked about like scheduling your day more intuitively, but we all know there are tasks that need to be like, this needs to be done on Tuesday or whatever. So I'll write that down and make sure that that is like what happens, or if I need to respond to an email or I need to send something out to somebody, like I get that done. So when I sit down at my desk, I know exactly what I need to do. I definitely come from the camp of like thinking that I can achieve more things than I can in the time that I have. So I've been trying to conscientiously just keep it to like 3 big things that I need to get done each day, and then anything else is bonus. Okay, because like I just need to be realistic that my brain is not functioning at 100% right now, and that just has to be okay because that's where I am at this stage in life. One day my brain will start working again. So this one is for like moms and parents out there. Knowing what kind of tasks would be better for like nap time versus bedtime has been really helpful for me. So I'm gonna be honest, like we do a lot of our work at night because that's when it's going to be like the most uninterrupted time, like especially when our toddler is having reliable sleep. So a nap time task, which now children, I'm pre-recording this, I'm still pregnant, but like, I can anticipate that the children will not be sleeping at the same time. So this will be a while before this is applicable for me again. But if you have children who have reliable nap times, thinking about nap time tasks, so something that might need to be cut short, or like for me, computer work is really great because then I can hear the kids when they wake up. Like, that's a great nap time task. I can do it on my laptop, whatever. I can be wherever I need to be and stop when I need to stop. A bedtime task would be painting, where I don't want to be interrupted. So, that's good. Automating is huge. So do you have automated systems in place so that you're not doing like all the nitpicky stuff? So An automation that we use would be whenever somebody signs up for our email, I use Flowdesk, and there's a sequence of emails that they get. So if you sign up for my BizBuds newsletter, you're going to get a series of 5 emails that tell you a little bit more about myself, my business, and how community is important to me and what that means for you. And I don't have to do anything about it. You just sign up and there you are. And it's awesome. And then you're getting the content that I'm making. So pre-scheduling emails, pre-scheduling Instagram posts. I use Later to pre-schedule my Instagram and Facebook posts, and my assistant pre-schedules our Pinterest posts. Yeah, like you don't need to be doing that live. That is taking time away from your day. When you can batch that, maybe just like once a week, once every other week, that's awesome, because then you're not doing like the time that it takes to switch between tasks is actually much, like when you add it all up at the end of the week, that's a lot of time. You don't want to be taking that time. So automating is huge. There are more ways that we could be automating for sure, but this seems to be the level of automation that's working for us right now. Another great one, if you're a product-based business, keeping track of your inventory. We just started using Trunk fairly recently, and it helps track the inventory between Shopify, Etsy, Fair, because it does Shopify, it does Handshake too. So Handshake is the wholesale Shopify platform. Doesn't do Abound yet, but that's just one that it doesn't do. And so when we get an order on Abound, we make sure it is reflected in our inventory. So that's 4 things that are all connected that we don't have to like manually track, which is huge. And it lets us know when products are getting low. So we don't have to be like, oh no, we're out of this sticker and we've just sold 7 of them. Like we know because it will let us know, which is awesome. So automating your work. Okay, so another one that I like to do is working in my prime. By this, I mean, when am I going to be most functional at a task? For those of you menstruating people, like, I'm going to be honest, when we're on our periods, we are not, I mean, at least me, like, I am not going to be as functional as I am in a different part of the month. Like, let's just be real. Those are great days to kind of tidy up my studio. Those are great days to, I don't know, sit and post Instagram posts or whatever, but I am not going to be getting like functional painting done because it's uncomfortable to sit that long. If you are a nighttime person, don't pretend that waking up at 5 a.m. and getting that work done is going to be the best for you. If you are like, I definitely need some form of caffeine before I film these Makers Mondays, because however much I'd love to be this perky all the time, it's just not a reality. So I want to make sure that I'm not like, hey guys, today on Makers Monday, we're going to do this. Like, no, nobody wants to see that. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know, whatever. But I like to be a little peppier for you because that is important to me. So thinking about working in your prime is a really great way to make sure you're maximizing your test, because if you're working in your prime, you're going to be working most efficiently. So your prime for your art may be different than your prime for your, like, doing your taxes or whatever. Okay. So think about that. Think about what times of day you have available to work and what kind of tasks might fit better for that part of your day. Okay. And then my last one is write it all down. Reminders, like phone reminders, whatever you like, email reminders, anything that you need to help you remember things. Why should we fill our brains with, like, we have these phones, we have this technology. Do not fill your brain with anything you don't need. Okay. So if you need to remember to do something, set a reminder so that it's reminding you and you don't have to think about it anymore. Out of sight, out of mind until it reminds you. That's been really helpful for me, especially like with baby brain fog. So definitely recommend that one. Let's see. I text myself a lot. And then I'll kind of check my text messages. Like if I have an idea for something, I'll just text, I don't know, whatever. So whatever works for you. Okay, so here are some suggestions from the audience. So Susan says, batch your work, plan your social media. And she says, do as I say, not as I do. So totally with you. Some months I'm like on fire with the pre-planning. Some months I'm not. So, and then Nicole, I believe she says, let's see. I would say schedule social media in advance. It is helpful and relieves a lot of pressure. But one unexpected thing got me off track, and now I'm posting by the seat of my pants again. So how do you stay ahead of yourself is hard, and it's critical scheduling things in advance. Yeah, so like the great thing about scheduling in advance is that you are done with it and you don't have to think about it. But then like, I remember I can't even remember like what it was about, but it was like this launch that I was going to do, and the product didn't end up happening. We just ran out of time. It didn't end up being a great idea, but I was like so far ahead in scheduling, and then I was like, oh shoot, that's not actually happening. So, like there will be things that you're like, oh, that actually didn't come to fruition, or, you might like, I can't pre-post when the baby came because I don't know, it's a surprise. So, knowing that maybe having a list of things that need to be scheduled on the fly, but pre-posting as much as you can. Okay. Michelle says, time blocking, boundaries of hours. This is good. This is very good. Enlisting help when you can. Also, very good. Good idea. Yeah, sometimes you need help. I know every time my mom comes into town, she becomes the packaging queen. So, all your cards are probably sleeved from her if you've ordered from us. Yeah, it's hard, you guys. There's a lot to do, but here are just a couple of tips that hopefully will help you if you've been struggling with using your time smarter, not harder. Working smarter, not harder, and using your time efficiently. So, time blocking, knowing what you need to get done ahead of time. My friend Renee, she will put out her water, like clean water and paintbrushes, ready to go at the end of her workday so that she's ready for the next day, which I love. Knowing what kind of tasks are best for nap time or bedtime, or just different parts of your day. When is your prime? When are you going to be working in your prime? Automating tasks and set those reminders, baby. Okay, so here are a few. This week's blog post is going to have more time management hacks. Yeah, if you want more tips and tricks like this, definitely join the BizBuds newsletter, where you'll get a weekly digest delivered right to your inbox of all the tips and tricks. It is absolutely free and here for you to help your business grow in a sustainable and sane way. All right. Bye. Talk to you next week. We're going to talk about, I don't know. Can't remember. So I'll tell you about it next week. Bye.